Hey guys, I hope you don't mind, but today I want to have a little bit of a different video. I want to have a real talk. I want to talk about YouTube, YouTubers, and the relationship they have with you guys, the subscribers and viewers, and kind of give you a little perspective on what's going on these days and how you can help a lot of these guys out. Hey guys, how's it going? Kulprit here, and today I'm going to bring you a little bit of a different video. This is partially the reason I'm going to post this on Sunday. I didn't want it to be in with my normal scheduled slate of videos because I wanted to talk to you guys about something that's been bothering me. I'm going to speak from my mind. This is not scripted. I'm going to speak from the heart, the mind, and I just want to give you a straight talk directly to you. It's not going to be about gameplay. It's not going to be about games in general. What I want to talk to you is kind of like what's going on right now as far as YouTube goes. You guys, if you don't make videos, you might not really be aware of it. So I kind of wanted to bring you guys up to speed, give you a little perspective on some of the things going on, and and towards the end, I'm going to tie it all together and kind of make a little bit of a plea to you guys, or kind of try to deliver a message to you that'll help everybody out. So I had reservations about making this video. I'm not a complainer. Yes, I will rant and rave, and I'll yell at DICE and game developers and stuff, but I think that's partially my job as a reviewer. But you don't hear me complain much about YouTube and views and subs and things like that, because it's just not something I believe in. I don't do this for that. I don't do this for money. I do it because I enjoy it. I have a heck of a good time, and I really... if I did it for money, I am incredibly underpaid for the hours I clock. But it's a passion. I love doing it, and I have a lot of fun. So I try not to get caught up, and typically I don't even understand a lot of the people that whine and complain. And I know myself as a viewer, and a subscriber to some people, I start to get turned off when they do complain. So for that reason, I had a lot of reservations about doing this video at all. But I felt like it was important enough for me. It was something I kind of wanted to get off my chest. So I figured I would do it just like this. Like, I'm going to call it Real Talk. I'm going to label it. I'm going to put it on Sunday instead of my normal schedule. And we're just going to see what happens. I don't know. I might chicken out and take it down after a day or two. I don't know yet. But anyway, for you guys that aren't aware, there's been a lot of turmoil the last 3-4 days, whatever. YouTube redid its layout again. And a lot of people are up in arms about this. But that's not even where I want to start. I want to kind of set the table for you guys and go back beyond that over the summer. And again, I'm more speaking as another viewer, but for here I'm going to talk as a YouTuber, obviously. At about the beginning of the summer, I know a lot of similar sized channels to mine. I'm a very small YouTube channel still by typical standards. We saw a severe decrease in growth. Views down, subs down. Everything went down, and I mean, you sit there and you look at yourself, you look at your channel, you look around you, and you look at your peers, and you try to figure out what's going on. And I talk to a lot of people, I network up to a lot of people, bigger channels, smaller channels, and it was pretty much universally across the board. Guys that were similar size to me, same kind of topics, Battlefield 3 particularly, or FPS shooters for the most part, saw a severe drop-off in traffic, growth, attention. So when you sit down and you think about it, there was a lot of factors that could possibly be it. I mean, it was the beginning of the summer. A lot of people aren't in their house. They're not sitting at a computer. Some kids that are, typical college viewers that might have went home. That certainly could have added to it. In fact, I'm sure it added to it. Battlefield 3 at that time, the attention was really low. If you think that's right after Close Quarters bombed. And I think people were just kind of really bored of it. So I felt like I was just in the wrong genre, so to speak. I also looked, obviously, to myself. Am I doing something wrong? And I think everybody else in my position collectively did the same thing. They looked at, their production, their topics, because I felt like I kind of went, I don't want to call it a rut, but I do very similar videos over and over and over, and I just kind of change the topic. So, you might have seen me over the summer. I tried some different things, Let's Plays, things like that, just to try to broaden my horizons, so to speak. And that's a result of that. Looking at myself, trying to identify what I may be doing wrong. There was also a lot of speculation at the time that YouTube changed something, and I think in hindsight it's pretty clear they did. Particularly, I feel like they changed something in the algorithm for suggested channels. And basically, when I grew initially, I grew a lot by suggested channels. You would watch somebody bigger, more popular's video, and because my video was very similar both in the video itself and we had obviously a lot of cross viewers, I also shaped a lot of my tags, a lot of my description to target, you know, maybe that channel's demographic, and so I would pop up in the suggested videos, and I know that I got a lot of traffic that way. But suddenly, I wasn't getting that traffic. So it was pretty clear to me, as well as talking to other people, that YouTube had changed something in the formula. Obviously, now, bigger channels were being weighed more heavily, so you'd watch a video, and all the suggested videos would be other big channels. I mean, clearly it makes sense. It's a business decision. YouTube's a business. They want to make money. I don't begrudge them that. But they're doing that at the sake or at the, you know, ruining small channels or making it much more difficult anyway. But like I said, I know I didn't want to complain about it. Never spoke about it really. Pretty much universally all the channels around me for the most part did the same thing. They pretty much, everybody I discussed talked about this topic too. Basically just said, I'm going to look at myself because I can't control anything else. I can't control the season. I can't control the waning attention of Battlefield 3. And I can't control what YouTube's doing behind the scenes. So the only thing I can control is my own production, my own videos, my content. And I know myself, I just got stubborn. I said, I'm just going to try to make the best videos I can every day. And I'm going to put it out there. And I'm going to operate pretty much on faith that as long as I continue to grind and make good content and deliver what my subscribers want, you know, you just kind of had some faith that eventually I was going to break through, or you know, or you might go a little viral, or whatever, or even if it's just a slow grind over the next year, I'm okay with that. Like I said, I'm not hung up on the subs or the views or what I have right now. What I pay attention to is, am I growing? You know, is the curve going up? And the curve slowed down. I mean, my channel right now is about 10 months old. In the first 6 months, I probably grew 3,000 subscribers, somewhere around there, 0 to 3,000. In the next 4 months, I've probably gained about 300. So I mean, you kind of see the cliff there. So I'm still okay with it. I'm still way ahead of the track for my 1 year plan or dream, I could say, but clearly there's an issue there. So what is the point? Obviously, well, I'm going to bring you back now to not only, so now I'm not getting, and when I say me, I'm trying to speak for other channels my size that I know are clearly frustrated right now. We're not getting suggested on bigger channels videos, so we're blocked out of that growth, you know, that channel of growth. We're not showing up in the search algorithm, you know, when people type in BF3 commentary, there's no chance my channel's showing up. So, you know, that's been kind of cut off from us. Okay, well, we're just going to keep grinding and put out the best content we can and grind away, and we'll grow slowly, but we'll continue to grow. Well, now YouTube's changed their layout so that not only am I cut off from new eyeballs seeing my content and subscribing, now I'm cut off from the people that have already seen my content and chosen to subscribe, because YouTube has changed this up, and they're trying to shove down your throats this whole YouTube recommended thing. And again, it's a business decision. They want to have that kind of control and that power, and I get that because there's money there. But you're cutting me off from people that have already elected to see more of my content, and that drives me crazy because I work very hard to get every single one of my subscribers at this point, and I'm not getting very many new ones every day. So if you're cutting me off from the ones I have, you're really kind of cutting me off altogether. And I know a lot of people feel exactly the same way. Now, I'm hoping that this confusion is going to lift. We're all going to figure out the new tricks of the new layout, and we're going to go along our way. But it's pretty clear the direction that YouTube is taking here. They are directing traffic to the bigger channels that make them more revenue at the cost of smaller channels and their growth. Long term, not just as a YouTube producer, I think that's a terrible strategy. I think it's short-sighted, and I think over the course of time that's going to be a bad decision. I'm one voice. I'm never going to convince them otherwise, and hey, it's their decision. But my fear is this, and this is where I talk to you as another subscriber, as another viewer, and not a YouTube producer. I know a lot of guys right now that are under 10,000 subscribers that are really frustrated, and they're really about to just throw their hands up and walk away. And that's scary to me because, you know, yes, everybody watches the Woodies, the CNNers, the Hutches, the T Martin, all these guys. They watch them, sure, but I think, you know, I'm subscribed to about 80 channels. And I'd say about 90% of the videos I watch a day are from smaller YouTube channels. It's to me, it's the bread and butter. It's the core of YouTube. And if these guys start walking away, I just worry about what that's going to do to the overall quality of YouTube and the entertainment I get from it. I'm going to just say right here, don't worry, this is not me saying if anything changes, I'm leaving. I'm not. I'm still having fun. I do this as a hobby, but I share their frustrations. I really do. I get frustrated myself at times. I facepalm. You know, one day I'm going to get a nice bunch of subscribers. I feel like I'm doing something right. And the next day I lose them all. And I think that's the biggest problem I personally have, is I can't decipher any rhyme or reason from it at all. You know, I look at it on a monthly, I look at it on a weekly basis. You know, if I gain a bunch of subs in 1 week, I go back and look at those videos and say, okay, let's give them more of that. If I have, and the next time I do that, I lose subs. There's just no logic to it, and it's very frustrating. And I know a lot of people feel exactly the same way I do. So with that said, I just want to kind of implore you guys, as you're going around YouTube and you're watching videos, to just take 30 seconds out of your time. Hit the like button. If it's exceptional, hit the favorite button. If you think your friends are going to be interested in it, share it. The one thing the YouTube interface does really well is makes it very easy to share that video via Twitter, Facebook, whatever. And I can't explain to you how much that, A, helps me out as a producer, and B, just makes me feel good to see that. You know, that's instant feedback. Even just, I mean, take a second to write a comment saying, enjoyed your vid, man, thanks. I mean, really, it brings a smile to my face. Still, after thousands of those comments, every one of them brings a smile to my face. And it takes you 5 seconds, but that video might have taken me 5 hours. You know, so again, I feel like I'm on thin ice here of coming across as a whiner or something. But I just kind of trying to give you guys perspective from the other side. You know, I'd hate to be here 6 months from now, and let's say out of 20 guys I know that are similar size to me, putting out similar content to me, that I know a lot of you guys watch, and only 10 of us are still here. That's scary to me, and that's sad, because I know a lot of them enjoy it, and I know a lot of them are real frustrated, and I'm sure, I mean, I only know a small community, so I'm pretty sure this is much bigger than even I know of. So, I mean, it's frustrating. I know a lot of us are going to continue to grind away, and we're going to continue to find a way. We just need some help, and some support along the way is always good. And I'm just pretty much, you know, for the sake of everybody around, take an extra 30 seconds after you've watched the video. Give it a rate, give it a comment, share it with your friends. It really helps that YouTuber out. And if you want to see more content from them, it's really pretty simple. You got to show some support, because YouTube's making it increasingly difficult to grow as a small channel, and grow in the right way. You know, if I wanted to go and do troll videos, apparently that's a pretty easy way to go these days, but the people I speak of don't do that, and they have no interest in that, and they want to bring you quality content on a daily or weekly basis and interact with you. So with all that said, I mean, hopefully this is much ado about nothing. Hopefully YouTube's going to catch on to this, and they're going to find some ways to maybe help the little guy out, help the smaller channels grow, because they're going to have to realize at some point that that's crucial to their business plan. You can't just have big fish. You got to have little fish that turn into big fish. And I hope someday to be one of those, but only time will tell. And I know as a producer, I'm going to continue to bring you the best videos I can on pretty much a daily basis. And I do that by listening to your feedback, answering your comments, and charting my course from there. And so if there's something you want to see from me and from all the other guys around, please let them know. Comments are always the best. Let me know what you like, what you don't like. And then as a fellow YouTube viewer, I'm going to be liking videos I watch, and I'm going to be favoriting ones I really, really enjoy. I'm going to share them on my Twitter, so if you're interested, follow me on Twitter. You'll see plenty of shares there. I'm going to do my part as a viewer to let these guys know I appreciate their content, and I'd like to see more, and I'd like to see you here in 6 months to a year. So if you feel the same, hopefully I kind of gave you a little perspective on what's going on, what some of the frustrations you might be seeing bubble to the surface, and why. So I'd love to hear your thoughts, guys, in the comments. I hope I didn't insult anybody by kind of coming across as a little bit of a whiner. That's not my intention here at all. I just want to see a lot of my friends and a lot of you guys that I know enjoy their content continue to have that relationship on a daily basis. That's it for now, guys. I will talk to you later. Thanks for listening.